It's My
After
Life.
the smoke clears and it's down to you and I.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go.
Why are we talking about Bon Jovi?
Well, because Bon Jovi, they just released yesterday a 4-part miniseries on Hulu called Thank You, Good Night.
We'll try not to give spoilers, but if I say little things, I'm sorry. I won't give, like, everything away.
Yeah, no. I mean,
won't give the plot of it away.
It's a documentary about John Bon Jovi.
And we binge watched it.
Yeah, well, like, I knew as soon as I sat down, I had in my head, we're going 4 hours deep. We're going all the way.
I wasn't sure.
She didn't think so. She kept saying, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yes, play. We're doing it." And it was it was really good, very well done. But part 4, we both felt kind of like.
Well, into 3, into 4, I loved John Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi in general. I had a door poster of John Bon Jovi on my door, on my ceiling. I had a cardboard cutout of him. He was like, you know, my first fangirl thing. Like, I was 13 years old. I went to my first Bon Jovi concert. My mother was not going to let me go. My dad got me the tickets, and she was like, it's too dangerous. They're going to throw beer bottles, blah, blah, blah. But my cousins convinced her. I took my friend Jennifer Canabrocki, my OG Bon Jovi groupie girl, with me. Well, we weren't groupies, we were 13. But anyway, just let me tell my story about Bon Jovi, Bay. Shut up. So, there we were. And I'm telling you, he was pointing at us and looking at us and waving. Started crying, blah, blah, blah. Love Bon Jovi. Obsessed. Saw them so many times. Favorite memory, also, he flew in front of me at one of the concerts. I touched his foot. Music was fun for me back then.
Yeah.
It was very fun. And then as I grow up, not Bay, but I'm one of those fans that are like sometimes when the bands get older, I lose interest. What about you?
I don't lose interest.
You always loved Bon Jovi.
Well, no. I
love everybody.
So, you know, back when Bon Jovi hit the scene, came out with Runaway, instant fan. Still to this day, instant fan. Love the old classic stuff naturally. Watching the documentary, it brings back those fun, feel-good times of teenage years.
Oh my god!
The whole era, the scene. It was just an amazing time of life for anybody, especially if you were, a teenager.
Wow!
But
just so much fun. Like
it was just, and it was fun going down that path, watching this documentary and seeing the thing like. The first episode, you're seeing the early days of John getting into the music and doing this whole thing. And
so many things I didn't know about John Bon Jovi. Like, his first band, he was in high school. Yeah. I didn't know that. And
him and David Bryan, and they would be out until 3, 4, 5 in the morning playing at clubs and going to school at 7.
Oh, don't give too much away. Sorry.
But, so, I'm saying to myself initially, like, very inspiring, very inspirational. His work ethic, very hardworking, very determined. And I'm like, I'm into this. But then there are also, you know, as everybody knows, the last couple years, John has had major problems with his voice. If you've gone on YouTube and heard him singing, it's been a nightmare. Very scary situation because, you know, this is his career. This is his life. And it's his passion. It's what he wants to do. And he still wants to do it at now 60, 61 years old. But he's been having problems. So he's trying to fix this and figure out, should he do it? Should he not do it? Should he have a surgery and blah, 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 blah to fix his voice? Right. So that's the underlying story through this whole documentary. But we kept saying to ourselves as we're watching it, as they're showing you the story of the Bon Jovi machine starting out, growing, building, exploding going through all the fun craziness of the 80s and then the slow decline of the 90s, you know.
But not really, because they always sold out arenas, even if it was in other countries.
Then they started
always
doing
had
stadiums
success
in the 90s.
And they talk about, you know, I feel like they still didn't really hit the nail on the head with Richie, like everything. You'll see. Make your own decisions about that. But the thing is about what I wanted to say is throughout, so it's like present day, but then it goes back. And then it'll come present day and then back to another year in the past. And it just keeps building back and forth, like, but what I didn't like about it was you see John Bon Jovi, and I don't want to sound ageist here, but I just feel like, from my own point of view, like when you look in the mirror, or like I used to be a singer, so I know what it feels like to not maybe hit those notes anymore, or like, although I still can, especially when nobody's home. But anyway, you know, like you could tell the difference between young John and the older John. And him being in his head, he's still amazing. Like, I still think he's amazing. And I think that to me, in my opinion, a lot of the vocal problems that he's having are in his head. It's in his head because he's thinking too much. I know he's looking at himself and he's like, you know, I'm not this guy anymore. And I just from hearing him sing, to me, felt like he was in his head more than anything.
I felt he brings it up a lot and discusses a lot, and it reminded me, I was telling Coco, I went and saw Tom Jones play a concert in Philly. It was probably about 10 years ago, and my parents, that was their favorite, was Tom Jones. So he was playing a small club in Philly. I got tickets. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go. And it was like the first like 4 or 5 songs, and everything he's singing about and talking about in between songs is, I'm at the end of my road, this is the end of my career, I am old, I am done, I am over. Like, he was like totally, like, that Tom Jones swagger was gone. And it was just like, what? Like, what are you, like, what's no, pussycat? Sing to me, motherfucker. And he was just like totally defeating himself and the crowd. Like, the crowd was like turned off. And I was just like, what the freak is going on here? And I ended up, after like 5 songs, I walked out. I did not come see Tom Jones to be freaking miserable because this guy's upset he's a senior citizen. You know, we're all going to fucking get AARP at some point. What's the problem? So, Bon Jovi has been hanging out with Tom Jones, I think, because the whole time I kept saying to myself, and then I started saying it to her, and then we were talking about it, he's like, I feel like he's defeated himself mentally. Mm-hmm. Like, he just has like almost talked himself out of what he has the power and potential to do. And I think he's like very just self-defeating, and I don't even think he realizes it at all. But I think he needs like some therapy. I sure do.
But also a couple of things that I'm going to throw out there. What do you guys think? Like, I feel like these celebrities, because they were talking about anything they wanted, they got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think a lot of times with celebrities, they do lose touch, even though he seems to care. He has like these, he feeds the homeless people, and like he has these,
he does amazing
things. But I still think that celebrities sometimes get like a god complex, and they feel like they need to save the day, or like maybe it's okay. Another thing I was saying is maybe it's okay. Like, he talks about his legacy. You'll see, like, he's this legacy that he's leaving, and he's archiving things, and, like, but you did that. You did that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, why not go out on a high note? Like, thank you, good night. Like, George Costanza, like, thank you, good night. You know what I mean? Like, I said something good and goodbye. Like, why do you have to? Sometimes celebrities have to, like, beat it to the fucking ground. Yeah. It's just, like, they have something to prove. Like, you don't have to. You made all this. You don't have to do something else. He probably has so much other great talent, and I think maybe, you know, our egos maybe get in the way too, and you're like hanging on to like this person that you used to be, but it's okay. Go, you know what I mean? Like, you did it. That's what I was getting from him, you know?
And I think, yeah, we talked about too, like, to me, it really was hitting me in the last episode about the God complex thing. Like, I was starting to think it, and then she blurted it out. And I even said, like, the way they were shooting him, it was almost like they were portraying him like a god, because the way the lighting was done, it was like God is talking to you. So I'm like,
some of the things that he said could be misconstrued as that, like, you know, a little bit like cocky, or but at the same time, no self-esteem, because he's in his head about himself and his voice. It's interesting. I know a lot of musicians, and I know you know a lot of people in the business, and you know that whole thing. Like, that's why some people die young, because they can't handle it. One thing I don't like, and I know Bay doesn't want me to say this, but I don't like, he had to bring in politics. Great. That's great for you. I am so sick of politics on either side, because it's the only thing that divides us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like it was unnecessary to put that in there. People are going to be pissed off, but Bay did bring this up as a point, and I hope you don't care. This guy was supporting Tipper Gore and Al Gore, but years before that, she was trying to ban your music.
She banned his album cover.
So I don't get it. Like, I just don't understand it. I'm glad I don't understand it. Like, I don't want to be in that. It just divides us. So I didn't like that either. But I'm sorry. I know people are going to hate on me and say, gotta pick a side. That's another thing. I don't want to pick a side. Why can't there ever be a middle ground anymore? It's not like that anymore. And that's what my point was. The thing is this. When I was listening to Bon Jovi, I didn't give a shit about... Nobody talked about their political views in my generation of music. I mean, I guess there were songs about protests and all that stuff. But I'm saying, like, Bon Jovi, for me, was like an escape. It was fun. And he lost that fun. Like, he needs to relax.
I think I said that towards the end, too.
You did.
He's just got to realize, you're John fucking Bon Jovi.
I know.
Okay?
You did it.
And end of story. Thank you. Good night. You're John fucking Bon Jovi. You have written beautiful, amazing fucking songs.
Yes.
You've seen the world and rocked them all. Just like you sang to us. You made us all run away with you into your music. We love you. We thank you. We enjoy the music. Just have fun. You're at the stage now where you can just have fun with it. But I feel you're so part of it too is, and he mentioned it a few times, he feels naturally an extreme pressure because of the Bon Jovi company itself. Right. There's a company of Bon Jovi to make this machine go that he employs 120 people. So he feels he's got that 120 people depending on him for their livelihood, which I get. Like, I mean, that's a tremendous responsibility and stress and pressure. So, I mean, that does not help issues, and it makes things a lot harder to get out of your head. But
also, I do feel like I can relate to the vibe I was getting was like, when he was young, of course, all of us, like, he was just, oh my God, like, they were doing close-ups on his face, and he just had it. Like, he definitely had, he was a star. He was a star, but he probably does feel like that, like everybody else does. Like, it fucking sucks getting older. Your fucking face changes, your body changes, you know what I mean? Like, you don't look the same, and because of the way society is, and because beauty is beautiful. Beauty is beautiful. Wow, that is so smart. But anyway, I'm just saying, like, everybody wants to look good, wants to look beautiful, and he just looks so tired and just in his head.
Seriously, check it out.
Yeah.
It's on Hulu, 4 parts. It's a great, great well done documentary.
Yeah.
Give us your opinion. Let us know what you think about what John's talking about and feeling. And do you think we were right? Do you think we were picking up on something? Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? Let us know. You're not a cowboy, John. You're not a cowboy. You're from Jersey.
That's funny. That's the part.
And hey, John, is it gravy or sauce?
Oh, God. But actually, John Bon Jovi hangs around Nashville a lot. And my sister met him twice. She met him walking down the street. She met him at a bar.
Weren't they at a party and he ended up...
They were at a party and then they went to a bar and he was there.
Yeah.
And like her and her husband were talking to him and he is a sweet guy.
He's a very nice guy. Yeah, he's a great guy.
Supposedly, I don't know.
I met him in 85.
Yeah. You should put a picture in of that.
Yeah, I gotta find that picture. We both have the same hair almost.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
But, it sucks. Nobody wants to get old. But
I do.
enjoy yourself.
I'm loving it. John, come, talk to me. I'll coach you through this. I got you.
Yeah, when you're in Nashville, come over. We'll make meatballs.
There you go. Yeah, we'll find some fucking gravy.
But heart-healthy ones.
That's just going out the window. John, bring the wine. We'll have the balls, and we'll have a good time.
Oh, yeah, he makes wine.
Yeah.
What is it? Hampton Water.
Hampton Water. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to us.
It should be water.
All right, yeah, but let us know what you think about the documentary. I'm really curious to see if other people are feeling the way we are. I really hope you watch this and give us your feedback, because I'm very curious.
Go down below. Smash it, kick it, punch it, lick it, kiss it, whatever you need to do with that subscribe button, and ring that bell and get all the notifications whenever we drop some footage, because we have some crazy footage to drop.
And shot through the heart, and you're to blame.
Darling,
you give love a bad name.